Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me for your daily tarot reading. I ask you to choose the stone that draws you, the one that resonates with your intuition, the one you have a hunch you should draw. And remember, at the end there will be another card, the Golden Nugget card, to clarify any questions that come up during your reading. So, we light up our intuition and we begin. All right, for those of you who chose, we have a theme this week, don't we, with the stones? The red stone with the streaks. We've got the Three of Wands, the High Priestess, the Five of Wands. Interesting. Look at all that nice wand energy. And you know, it's interesting with the High Priestess. So it's sort of like there's energy that's quite active, that has some enthusiasm, that has some emotional energy, right? With the 5 and the 3. The 3 is a little more placid, waiting, but there is that investment of energy waiting for your ship to come in. The 5 of Wands can be conflict or internal conflict, but you know, it's the kind of conflict that occurs between people working together, living together, people who have different priorities, different goals for the day. The High Priestess, that is the deep knowing that's underneath it all. So that is your major arcana. That is saying that you are using very good intuition today or around this time. Very good intuition. And you can be both actively working something out or investing in something, looking for it to pay off in the future, and intuitive. You can be both. So in other words, this would be about using your intuition in a very active way. You know, sometimes intuition, it just brings clarity to us and understanding of what's going on. And sometimes it tells us to do something. Sometimes we get a notion, oh, I should do this, or oh, I'm interested in that. Or hey, this would be a good idea. And when those come, sometimes it's great to ask our inner self, is that something I should do? So sometimes our intuition helps us to know what to do. And in this case, perhaps what to say as well, you know, to navigate any kind of disagreement or any kind of negotiating or internal conflict. So I think obviously if you have invested some effort into something, you can look for it to pay off in the future. The 5 of Wands, don't take that too seriously if that's internal conflict about it because you're waiting. That's just something that happens when you're waiting. So I think it really is looking good. But you may feel led to take some action here. So that is neat. Or a number of small actions that kind of bring you along to a goal. For those of you who chose this red stone, we have the 2 of Cups, the 10 of Coins, the Knight of Coins. Nice solid cards today here. These are solid cards. They're solid because the 10 of Coins is a solid stability, security. It can be security financially. It can be security of health. It can be security, generational security. Like there is stability in your family and you have been taught good things. You know, you've been taught how to live a stable life. Can be that. It can be a number of different things, but the 10 of Coins can also be financial blessings coming in. The 10 of Coins is a nice, solid card. It's saying you have established some security and you can count on that. The Knight of Coins is gradually increasing your security. And remember, the coin is health or wealth or money or things or what have you, but you're steadily increasing it. You're pursuing it in a disciplined sort of way. And you know what? People who do that do tend to get there, don't they? I mean, that fits. And then the 2 of Cups, you may also be blessed with a good partnership. 2 people who see eye to eye and perhaps regarding security. If there is a decision to be made or, you know, you need to get to the point where you do see eye to eye. That will be happening, it looks like, if you've got somebody you're in partnership with regarding this kind of security. So this Two of Cups can be someone you're in relationship with. It can be a friend. It can be somebody at work. Or this can represent an agreement that you've just come to with somebody who is like-minded about it. But I just feel like there's so much stability in this particular reading. Things are going well, not only regarding steadily enhancing your security, but working with someone else or someone's else, and being understood, seeing eye to eye. So that's a terrific, terrific reading. And I feel like it brings some reassurance to those of you who may have been doubting. For those of you who chose this red and black spotted stone, we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Five of Swords, and we have the Two of Coins. Okay, well, you're certainly keeping your balance. You're certainly managed to balance your sources of security. That's all going fine. You're good at it, even if it sometimes feels like a lot. There is something that you're coming upon, or you have just done. This Five of Swords, I do feel like with that Wheel of Fortune, you're cutting something away. And it may be, you may decide to either cut away some sort of relationship or association, or change the nature of it. Because sometimes we don't cut away an association, but we decide that we're going in a different direction. Like those two are going, usually there are two in this. Yes, there are. Those two are leaving, and this person is going the other way. So sometimes it's just figurative. So that may be a cutting away and a victory in that, But this Wheel of Fortune can also mean you're just in a new era of your life. And you're competent to balance things. That is just fine. But you may be deciding to cut something else away. It might not have anything to do with relationships. It might have to do with a change that you have been wanting to make that will affect your daily life. The wheel is bringing in a new era in some way in your life. And it may involve a cutting away. That's what I'm seeing. A decision made. But to your victory, for your victory. Sometimes this card can have a negative connotation, like somebody in your environment who is, winning at all costs kind of person. And that's what they're doing. And the wheel might be you're changing something regarding that person because you need to stay balanced, because maybe you just don't have time to deal with somebody like that, or a group like that, corporation like that, something of a societal structure like that. Maybe you just don't have time. It will knock you off balance if you're dealing with something that is sort of got a winning at all costs mentality. And so you're cutting that away. Whatever this means to you, there's powerful energy in the Wheel of Fortune. It's usually fortune coming around in your favor, a new era. You know what? Even if it looks a little ambiguous, is this new thing in this one area of my life, is that going to be good, or do I know? I'm not sure. That Wheel of Fortune turning is always something that we look back on and say, yes, that needed to happen. That was right. And there can sometimes be great relief in the fact that there's change coming, because an old era starts to feel like an old era. It starts to feel like it's more limiting. It's time for a change. So it looks like we have some powerful change coming in. And it doesn't knock you off your balance. So I like that too, partly because you're so good at balancing. Whoever would like to see the Golden Nugget card, the card that can clarify what you heard in the other readings, we shall see what it is. It is the Four of Swords. All right. Okay. In other words, if you're looking for clarity, meditation really may bring it. The Four of Swords. We don't have to strive so hard. Sometimes, we strive so hard to figure things out. And the truth is, we can allow it to pursue us. We have a loving source, and we have a higher self. We have guides. We have a larger consciousness we can tap into. And it wants to help us to make changes in our life, or to know that we're going along the right path. We can trust that it wants to help us. We don't have to strive for that. So maybe there are some quiet times where that would actually help to clarify things. In other words, the less you try, the quicker you'll get there. The less you strive, the more you relax, the more you receive. This Four of Swords can also be about taking care of yourself, some renewal time, because sometimes it comes up when people have been worn down, kind of, psychologically or physically, emotionally. They feel a little spent, and it's time. It's a minor arcana card, but it may be time for a little rejuvenation as well. Some putting the swords up on the wall, and you're not thinking. Well, this guy's not thinking. He is being. Putting up the swords on the wall, either through meditation, not trying to figure anything out for now, or through doing something that's more physical, or that, gets your mind off of thinking. In any case, that is a lovely card, because I just see this man's pose, and he is at rest. So I hope that was helpful to you today. You take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.